Welcome to the All-American Racing League Truckers Feed America Cup Series. Live from the Nashville Super Speedway, it's the championship round. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you tonight as a special treat, and I'm being joined with the man, the myth, and living legend himself over in the production truck. That is Mr. James Riles. And James, welcome to Cashville. You are correct, sir. And the only 4 drivers in contention for this one. We've got David Harrah, David Lorfano, Pat McQuade and Cameron Harris. Those are the 4 drivers we're going to really need to keep an eye on tonight. And I am seeing all 4 drivers are here, so this should be a good one. This track was a bone of contention for all of the neighbors when they decided to build it, and then when they actually decided to start using it again. It was actually comical to watch the town hall meetings that were being held about this place. But yeah, just outside of the greater Nashville metroplex, it's in one of what you would normally call a suburb. It's a great facility. I mean, it's a beautiful facility when you drive near it and you go onto the grounds. The iRacing scan does it some justice, but it's pretty cool looking in real life. That's the one. That's a meme in and of itself. Formula One has never, to my knowledge, raced on a left-turning oval. No. Yeah. Let me let me just double check my notes here to make sure I'm going to be grabbing the correct drivers. Yes, I am. So let's start with the driver of the number 77. I already did. So we're gonna reach out to the driver of the number 77, won your championship 4. Pat McQuade, Tony Trapasso, up in the tower. Do you got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir.
So championship race, 150 laps at Nashville, 5 sets of tires. How are you attacking this event?
Consistency. Just try to be consistent every lap. That at least that's my game plan.
Sounds fair enough. But it's been a tumultuous season, and how difficult has it been to progress throughout the playoffs?
It's been pretty tough for me at least, because there was a couple times I was on the cut line and I didn't know if I was going to make it or not. But consistency was on my side, so that's what, like I said, that's what I'm going to go with tonight.
All right, Pat, we're going to let you get back to hot laps. Best of luck to you. Hopefully, we're talking to you in 150 more laps.
Thanks, guys.
So that was the driver of the 77, Pat McQuade. We are now going to reach out to... come on. There it is. Where is he? I just saw him. There he is. We are now going to reach out to the driver of the number 27, Cam Harris. And Cameron, we're talking to the championship contenders here coming into the final race tonight. What's your game plan coming into this Nashville race? Hello, Cameron. Okay, apparently we don't have Cameron. So, him back. And we will reach out to the chief cook and bottle washer of the All-American Racing League, and driver of the number 8, David Lorfano. And Dave, first of all, thanks for letting us bring this race to the masses. Talk us through how you're going to be attacking tonight's event.
Yeah, I don't know. This is the last one, right? So it's kind of go for it. But at the same time, it's a little bit longer of a race than we normally run on these tracks. So it's still going to come down to patience for me and pick and choose my battles and just try to put myself in position at the end. Cameron looks pretty quick here tonight, so he's usually the guy to beat. And but we'll see if we can chase him down and get it done.
Yeah, I noticed that it's one Toyota and one Ford and a sea of Chevys. As qualifying getting underway, we're going to let you get to it, sir.
All right, thank you very much.
And regardless of the outcome, we do want to speak to you post-race.
Awesome. I'll stick around. Thank you.
Thank you. So, James, qualifying getting ready to roll off here right now. Looks like the 11 of Jeremy Flanagan going to be the first one to roll it. Tyrone Yo in the deuce is also starting to turn those tires now as, again, qualifying underway. 5 minutes, 2 laps, best of the 2 laps count towards your qualifying attempt. A couple things to be mindful of here tonight as qualifying is underway. 68-degree ambient air temperature, so relatively cool in the Nashville area. 2-mile-an-hour wind pointed straight down the back straightaway, so not too bad there. 107-degree track temperature as they're starting qualifying. That's going to play some havoc as the race rolls on. We did mention there's 5 sets of tires. They have an 80% fuel fill and 2 fast repairs. Now, that 80% fuel fill, we're looking somewhere around 45 to 55 laps, depending on dreaded cautions and whatnot happening. But, that should play just about perfect with the tire strategy. Again, 45 to 55 laps. Tires are going to wear out before the fuel runs out, though, I'm afraid.
Yeah, definitely. And Nashville, you can see the track, see the surface of the track. Such an abrasive surface. We're going to see a lot of that. I've heard if you run in the pack, it is a 1.3 mile, so it's right in the middle of that 1.5 to 1 mile mark. Very wide, lots of grooves you can run, but it's a 1-lane track as far as speed's concerned. So we'll see once it rubbers up what's going to happen. I'm expecting some really good racing, but also with such a short field, you've got to take advantage of every ounce of speed you can find because there's not going to be many opportunities to bunch these cars back up.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like Adam Angerstein going quick time so far with a 29.58. The highest of our chase contenders is going to be the man we just spoke to, David Lorfano, with a 29.68. So about a 10th off pole as Pat McQuade goes 4th quick. And
what Cameron Harris can do here. 3rd quick for Cameron Harris. Lorfano falling back now after that track is down from practice. Cameron with a very fast time, and that was his first lap, so we'll see.
Yeah, this is going to get interesting. Because he did set quick time in the hot lap session. Brings it off turn 4. Little squirrely. Has to chase it down the track. That might hurt him. And it didn't hurt him any. Goes quick time. Wow.
Look, these guys they're out here for a reason. They're in the championship. I do want to go over again how the championship is going to run. This is a chase style championship, so it'll be 4 top drivers we mentioned earlier. Harris, McQuade, Lorfano, and David Harrah going to be fighting for it. It's going to be whoever comes out on top of those 4 drivers is going to win the championship. So they don't necessarily have to win the race. They just have to get out there and beat the other drivers. Charlie Dickey right now is one right now holds up from getting started.
He's already turned a lap.
Oh, so we should be ready to rock here in about 5 minutes. Oh, or
1 minute.
1 minute, folks. So again, I do like to thank everybody that's making this happen. Of course, the All-American Racing League. Got a couple different sponsors here. Let me go. Of course, Orilamex. I'm sorry if I'm saying that incorrectly. They are a direct importer and distributor of a wide range of panel materials, so birch, coniferous, and poplar, plywood, fiberboard, chipboard, OSB, trellis. Rolomex is currently the largest importer of those things in Europe, having a central office in the Czech Republic and a wide network of their own representatives' office and sales agents in almost all countries of the European Union. You can visit orlimex.com for more information. As well, a couple of these guys helping out these guys over here is a lot of course, the title sponsor,
Truckers Feed America.
Truckers America. We'll go over that a little bit later on as we are getting gridding. We're going to go ahead and get the grid up. Show you guys who's who and where they're at. They are going to get started here shortly, folks. We're about to go racing. We're excited about it. Championship driving on the way. We got Cameron Harris starting out in the pole. Adam Angerstein in the second place position. Second row is going to be Patrick McQuade and David Lorfano. Third row, David Harrah, Charlie Dickey. Fourth row, Kyle Martin and Joshua Hetrick. We got fifth row, Larry Games and Travis Juggles Rodriguez. The 11th and 12th position, Tyrone Yo Jr. and Jeremy Flanagan. It's around. So 12-car field. It's going to be a good one here, folks, but it's going to be fast-paced. So don't miss a beat. Be sure and keep that YouTube right here. Be sure to like, share, follow, all that good stuff. We do greatly appreciate it. Helps us out greatly. And if you guys want to post who you think is going to win in the comments section, we love to see that. And love to see you guys and where you're checking in from as they're going to get rolling, Tony.
Absolutely. So field starts to roll off behind the Chevy Silverado pace truck, the official pace truck of iRacing. We are getting ready to turn these guys loose for 150 laps of hard-fought action on what can basically be described as Dover is a triable configuration. It's still a concrete pad. It's still a wide track. But as you mentioned, James, one-lane racing most of the night tonight is what we can expect as the field's starting to form up 2 by 2. Now, I haven't received word on if they have to use the access road to get onto pit road. I do know they do need to use it to get off of pit road as the field working its way into the 3-4 complex for the first time tonight. Again, 5 sets of tires, 80% fuel fill, and 2 fast repairs in their pocket for mulligans. As the pace truck starts to pick up a little bit of speed, it's getting ready to duck on off. The only thing that's left to do, you can say it with me, folks, wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness to make sure the steering wheel's on nice and tight, because race fans, it's showtime!
There we go. Green flag is out, folks. Cameron Harris has the button. He's going to take that bottom line along with him. Really good start here at Nashville. Kind of a short track start. Going to get out in front of Adam Angerstein, and behind him, everybody kind of lining up. But still a little bit of battle here. Oh, as the 9 gets loose. The 9 gets loose. David Lorfano going to take the outside. Adam Angerstein going to fall back. As we're already seeing that these cars, the 750 horsepower package, it looks like, in the next gens, being a little hard to handle.
Absolutely. We got a gaggle of cars right in the mid-pack. That's Angerstein, Harrah, Dickey, Martin, and McQuade all just slugging it out right now. As we're still side by side for third between Harrah and Angerstein. They finally get that one sorted out. But these guys are just getting after it in the mid-pack right now.
Yeah, and you've got to, the longer these guys stay out, the longer that leader is going to be taking away. And, of course, that leader is the championship driver, Cameron Harris. Looking for a championship. David Lorfano's up there, not too far behind. So Harrah and Patrick, now currently running 4th and 5th, have got to find a way to get past Adam and get up there in battle, as it seems that Kyle Martin is now in there with it. And the 7th position with Charlie Dickey. But guys, you're watching two
Oh.
battles here. Oh, a contact into the wall there for Patrick McQuade. I'm sorry, Kyle Martin and Charlie Dickey. They get it sorted out, and now we are going to be lined up finally, single file racing. Cameron Harris trying to hold off Lorfano.
Yeah, that was Josh Hetrick that just blasted the turn 4 wall on exit. Just let the car run a little too much right now. But, yeah, no, these guys are starting to get it sorted out, starting to get it figured out. And I think we're going to see that second lane start to come into its own later in the tire run, later in the fuel run, later in the race when they finally got some rubber laid down up there. But, you know, we've seen it time and time again. That second lane has been able to defend quite well late in the going of these events. But right now, Cam Harris and David Lorfano have just set sail. They're a second and a half to the good over your third place. That's number 9. Now the number 15 of David Harrah, as Angerstein has problems.
Yeah, Angerstein falling back again. Kyle Martin, however, in that number 99 machine, Chevrolet, he's had the fastest lap of the race 2 laps in a row. So on pace here to absolutely be trouble for the top 4 racers, which are our championship drivers. Cameron Harris, Lorfano, Harrah. Oh, as we just see, there we go. Kyle Martin's not going to back down. He wants Patrick McQuade. He's going to take him on the inside as he's now going to work on David Harrah as that pass is not completed yet, but I think this is a moot point for Patrick right now. He's got to gather up and regroup, come back at Kyle Martin.
That started back in turn 3 when McQuade had to check up to stay off of Harrah. So that let Martin get a good run on him. Now McQuade under heavy pressure from the 9 of Angerstein, as these guys are just picking him up and laying him down right now. And I mean, this is some pretty tight racing. And you know, you heard some guys say that they were wanting to see if this race was gonna come to them, and you know, if they could stay out of trouble and so on. It doesn't look like anybody's trying to stay out of trouble right now, other than Cam Harris, who is just running away with this one.
Yeah, and you know, running away, he's out in front, he's got the clean air, but Lorfano is on him, especially at a 1.3 like this. You're going to have a little bit of draft, especially with this low downforce package. It's not going to do as much, but it is going to help you get a little bit more air on the rear end, just a tiny bit. So we'll see if that helps him out, but Lorfano's not really giving up here. David Harrah is about a second and a half back, as you guys can see. Kyle Martin, now Patrick McQuade trying to make his position back. He's unable to do so there.
He couldn't get the run off of 4 because Martin was there. Didn't want to get into Martin, so he had to kind of tiptoe off of 4. Ooh, sideways through 1 and 2. That's going to hurt McQuade even more. He's going to get a 2 for here.
Oh, yeah, Patrick McQuade dropping back to 7th. Kyle Martin, the big winner. But up front, Cameron Harris trying to defend David Lorfano. Joe's a little bit high here, but he's going to have a huge run. Guys, this is what we're talking about. Yeah, he's blinking a little bit. With this wide track, there's so many different ways to gain momentum.
Here we go.
Yeah, Cameron Harris is just going to let David by. David's got to work the defense now, as Cameron had a little bit of run there, but that switch up, definitely something that probably isn't going to hurt either of them too bad. They're going to stay close, but man, already trading shots here on lap 11 of 50, as Cameron Harris is not giving up here. He's going to stay lockstep with David Lorfano back behind him. Kyle Martin and David Harrah battling it out, about a second and a half back from your leader. As Patrick McQuade having troubles early. You just saw one little slip up here, and that
Harris may have gone too hard too soon, because he is doing nothing but falling back right now. I don't see any damage on the 27, but he is falling back into the clutches of the 15 of Dave Harrah.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that. If you want to try and find out if he got loose or something, we'll keep an eye on whatever's going on with that. But yeah, you're right. But right as I said, he was lockstep. Now he's 0.8 seconds back. So definitely something down there. But guys, like I said, we are on YouTube. We appreciate the heck out of you guys for watching us. Go ahead and hit that like button. Of course, we do like to thank all of our sponsors here. Of course, Truckers Feed America, Topsail Trucking, title sponsor for the All-American Racing League Next Gen Cup Series. We appreciate the heck out of Topsail Trucking. And all the other guys that make this league work and make every league work. You guys are the reason we are here, the reason we're able to do this for the drivers. We sure do appreciate it. As for Lawn Care, so they are a family-owned business company based out of Manning, Iowa. I think that is going to be Joshua Hetrick. See that car painted up real nice in the Or 29. Salt Motorsports 25, but Or is a family-owned lawn care company based out of Manning, Iowa, and is owned by Hendricks Father-in-Law. Or Lawn Care is also the title sponsor of AAR's Feeder League. So if you guys want to see some truck series racing, check out the Orr's Lawn Care Truck Series. We appreciate it.
And that's every Thursday night.
Yes, sir. Every Thursday night. So Cameron Harris has kind of gathered it back up, about 45 hundredths of a second back from David Lorfano now. The draft is a lot more than I expected it to. I guess this new package does not really benefit from the clean air, it seems.
Not as much as the high downforce, low horsepower package that they were thinking about using would, because you're not punching as big a hole in the air as the lead car. There's not as much dirty air getting to the second car in line.
Now, I wonder if, because NASCAR did make the announcement, they're going to a 675 horsepower package pretty much no matter what, right? Except for the super speedways.
Except for, it was Daytona, Talladega, and I believe Pocono
Yes.
were the only three tracks that they are not going to run the high horsepower. It's going to be low downforce still, but it's not going to be the high horsepower at those three tracks.
So I wonder if this is that 675 package, because if it is, that makes sense, because it's going to be hard to get a good run here as we see Charles Dickey falling back like a rock. Joshua Hetrick and Jeremy Flanagan battling it out here for 8th. We haven't seen this one, but Jeremy up 4 positions so far. Trouble in the back. Tyrone Yo getting a little squirrely, as there's just battles popping up all over the place. Travis Rodriguez, Patrick McQuade trying to make something happen in the 77. But I got sidetracked. I wonder if this is the 675 package, because if so, that 75 horsepower is going to do a lot in clean air. If it's the 750, 675 probably not so much. It's going to be a little bit easier for Cameron Harris to catch up, given that he does have the advantage of that air being punched out in front of him by David.
Right. But it's still going to be the low downforce package regardless. So it's not as big of a hole as we would have seen earlier in the incarnation of this car when it first came into the iRacing servers, because that was admittedly a road course aero package where, it was high downforce and so on. So if they did do the aero switch or the aero tweak to kind of slick these cars up a little bit, that could explain some of the racing that we're seeing right now, as for the most part the field's a little bit kind of strung out. We do have a little bit of a battle going on for looks like 9th and 10th between Hetrick and Yo. Whoa, hang on to her, son. Patrick Yo having a hell of a ride coming off a 4, as showing that Pennsylvania Posse members know how to handle a loose race car, as they are perennial favorites whenever the outlaw sprint cars come to town. So something to keep in mind there.
Definitely. As we go back up front, watch the battle. Of course, Patrick McQuade did just pass for 6th. We're going to take a look at that on the replay. But right now, Lorfano and Harris, 2 championship drivers. Then we got David Harrah there in 3rd, the other championship driver. Reminder, guys, this is a championship race. These guys are out here battling for the ship, for the trophy. These guys do get a physical trophy in this league, so good on them. They're racing.
Sharp looking trophy too. I've seen it.
Yes, racing for actual medal for the lead there in that trophy. As Cameron Harris maybe was backing off there to cool off the tires a little bit, because he made that time back very quickly.
Well, we're about halfway through a fuel run, I would dare say. So yeah, that would make sense. You know, he kind of realized how hard he was going in the opening salvo, backed it down just a little bit. But as you mentioned earlier, still quick lap of the race so far belongs to the 99 of Kyle Martin with a 29.41. Now, to put that in perspective, that lap would have put him on pole.
Definitely. And yeah, working through traffic as well maybe helped him out, as now Patrick McQuade trying to get a position back from Adam Ingerson. Both those cars down 3 positions so far. Travis Juggles Rodriguez right behind him. So I'm amazed that these guys are able to have stayed within 6 seconds with the open field, with very low possibility of cautions coming out. These guys are not giving up. Patrick McQuade could have very easily decided to try and ride this thing out and wait for a caution, but he's not. He's pushing the envelope, going to take that 77 Chevy past Adam Angerstein and get another position back after he got loose early on. Of course, up front, now Harrah is involved in this.
Yeah. I was going to say, take a look at what's going up in the front. You got Lorfano leading this thing, Harris sitting in second, and Harrah has reeled them both in. About 2 car lengths separate each of your top 3. So it's quickly becoming a 3-horse dance. McQuade's going to have to do something quickly if he's going to want to get back into contention. Now, mind you, again, we are going to most likely see a lot of green flag pit stops here tonight. And we're looking right around 50 laps for the pit window. So these guys are going to have to hit their marks, not get caught for speeding on or off, and be dead nut perfect going into the box.
Definitely got to get all of those nuts on the tires, which is just one, by the way. So another new change to the next gen. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of strategy with this, because these 3 cars are ducks in a row right now in the front, running very similar lap times.
Harris has problems. He banged the wall going into 1. Harris has problems.
Let's take a look, see if we can get our camera on there. They're still side by side. They may get this thing rolling.
Yeah, but you can see the damage on the right side of the 27 as they haul it off into turn number 1. He caught that safer barrier just as it started to jut out, and it's not doing him any favors. As now he's down to 3rd, Harrah up into 2nd, Harris back to 3rd, and now they're trying to reel in the number 8 of Lorfano.
Yeah, a lot of damage on that right side, but it looks like he's not slowing down too much. He's able to get up to speed there behind Harrah, but definitely we'll keep an eye on that moving forward. But you talked about Patrick McQuade and needing to do something. I don't disagree. With the second fall off we're seeing here, a short pit, not really going to help him out too much, but he's putting himself in a really good position to be able to, if something were to happen, he's right back up there, the 3rd row currently, and not too far off from Kyle Martin. So we'll see what happens. Moving on with that, what do you say we go to a turn it up and show you guys, let you listen to these high horsepower next gen NASCAR cars?
Sounds like a game plan.
Stick around, guys. We're going to go ahead and All right, folks. Hope you enjoyed hearing these monsters go down the Nashville Super Speedway as much as that lady in that town hall meeting will in the next season of NASCAR. As David Lorfano leading the race, David Harrah and Cameron Harris behind him. Harrah right behind currently, and Harris sitting third, not too far back. But look at Patrick McQuade, already made his way back up to fourth. It's now a 1, 2, 3, 4 of championship drivers.
Got a battle for the lead, heating up right now with Lorfano and Harris. It's or Harrah on the low side, Lorfano on the high side.
Oh,
it looks like
somebody missed the box.
I'm gonna say, it looks like we're getting some green flag pit stops here. That was Cam Harris trying to go down pit road.
Very unsafe pit entry. We're gonna see what NASCAR has to say about that, but definitely looked like he got a little bit loose. Let's see replay.
Got a lot bit loose. What are you talking about?
Yeah, misjudged that. That's definitely going to be an unsafe entry for Cameron Harris. That is heartbreak. If you are the 27 Toyota, as the short pit strategy tried to come down, fake everybody out, did not work.
And yeah, they're holding him in his box, so that was definitely an unsafe pit entry for Harris.
Very unfortunate. Now the battle is going to be between David Harrah and David Lorfano. The two Davids going head-to-head with Patrick McQuade now 10 seconds back. So that is a lap car. That is Adam Angerstein, who did come in prior on lap 35. So he is on fresher tires. We'll see what he can do with them, as he didn't do well with them at the start, Tony.
No, he didn't. So, I mean, you got this race up here at the front for first and second, only separated by about a tenth and a half. And then you're 6.5 seconds back to Pat McQuade. That's your championship 3 right now. As Cam Harris is still in his box.
Yeah, he might have decided to go get a beer, go take a drink, unless they're going to hold. I don't know that they'll hold him for 40 seconds.
It might be the damage.
Yeah, there he goes. He's going to get out of his box, I think, 2 laps down.
Yeah, that's what I count.
Possibly looking at 3 once it gets around to it. In fact, let's go ahead and throw up the tower for you guys. Yeah, 3 laps down, sitting currently. Cameron Harris, very unfortunate there, trying to slide in. Slick, not work out. So David Harrah in the lead. Then we got a battle back here for 7th. Joshua Hetrick and Charles Dickey, Jeremy Flanagan. This mid-pack has not cooled off.
No, it definitely hasn't. That mid-pack is where all the action currently is right now.
A little bit of touching there. Go ahead. Yeah, Jeremy Flanagan.
I was going to say, it looked like a lot better touching. What are you talking about?
Yeah, bit of contact there, but go ahead.
Yikes. Flanagan bent something, because that car is just ill handling right now.
And remember, they're on old tires. So these mid-pack drivers with old tires, a little bit of adjustment. Everybody there getting slick. Maybe some oil from when Cameron Harris decided to come down pit road last minute. Maybe threw a water bottle out the window or something.
I don't think that's oil. I think that might be another brown substance.
Yeah, there you go. Is this still heating up? Up front, kind of cooled down. David Harris got 3 tenths between himself and Lorfano, the third. Everybody else, as we could have guessed, probably going to split this thing into thirds. I imagine going to come in lap 49 to 51, possibly a little bit later, because Harrah and Lorfano can really run their own race. Once one of them comes in, the other one will probably come in either immediately after or the next lap around, because you do not want to get beat in the pits, especially if you're
you don't.
David Harrah, who's had a fantastic race up 4 position so far.
You're absolutely correct, and we're in that pit window that I was saying. It's about 45 to 55 laps with an 80% fuel fill. They're going to have more than enough sets of tires to get through this event. Now the question is, who's going to be the first one of your current championship 3 to blink? Because we saw Cam Harris try to play slick and get the undercut. Didn't quite work out for him.
Yeah, not on such a flat surface. Pit entry kind of jumps up at you because it is a little bit of a tri-oval, but it's not. This isn't the kind of track where you can just come in whenever you want to. It is right off not even off the exit of 4. It's in the middle of 4, the pit entry. A very odd Daytona-esque entry without having the length of Daytona, if that makes sense. So you've got to
Yeah,
commit going into
it's a
3.
very abrupt transition from the racing surface to the apron as well.
Yeah, so you've got to commit it at turn 3. That, hey, I'm coming in. I better slow down, get to the bottom here, because you're not going to make that turn. As we saw Cameron Harris with his issues.
And I know a lot of leagues that run here require you to use the access road, pit in and pit out.
Yeah, championship, I'd say let them race. Let them go at it. If you guys can't make it, you can't make it. That's one thing that you've got to nail in practice. People forget to do these full speed pit road entries and exits. And if you don't do it right, you get 3 laps down, like what we saw with Cameron Harris. So it's unfortunate for him. He was a really good race. He's not out of it yet. Still, a lot can happen here. But it would take a lot, Tony.
Yeah, absolutely. It absolutely is. It's going to take yeoman's work and a lot of luck to get him back to where he needs to get to, being as he's currently being scored in 12th position, 3 laps down. Right now,
Larry Games.
Garnes.
Okay.
But, you figure right now, Travis Rodriguez being scored, or actually Larry Garnes would be in the lucky dog position right now. Travis Rodriguez is also 1 lap down. Adam Angerstein is 2 laps down. And then you got Cam Harris 3 laps down. So it's going to take a boatload of cautions to get Harris back on the lead lap.
Yeah, for sure. And, man, just look at Tyrone Yo. Right now, Jeremy Flanagan, the last one, he's about to get lapped. Travis juggles Rodriguez, last pitted lap 46. But we're not seeing anybody up front even act like they're. I know it's kind of.
But we're getting near there.
Yeah, I'm surprised, honestly, that they haven't at least tried. Because they know they can make it in 2 stops from here.
Yep, Yo just brought it in, and he's taking the access road. Probably because he realized the leaders were coming, so that's going to be Flanagan right in front of the leaders in the 11. So, should something happen, Flanagan would get the free pass to get back on the lead lap.
As we're seeing now, David Harrah trying to work on Charlie Dickey for the. Who is he battling? He battling Jeremy Flanagan? Yes, he is. Just past him.
Yeah, that was Flanagan that he just got by. Yeah, Flanagan's not having a good time right now. I'm thinking he may have hit the wall and bent an upright on that independent suspension on the right side of that car. McQuade's in. So there's the first of your top 3 in points that were on the lead lap up until that point. So you got to wonder, when are we going to see Harrah? Harrah's not coming in yet. Lorfano's in.
There we go, folks. It's heating up. Lorfano in right now, the first of your top 2. He was running second. You might as well try and make something happen here, as we're seeing about a 2-second or a second and a half drop off on tires here. So David Harrah, we'll see if he decides to come in or ride this out. No reason to ride it out. You're not going to.
He's got to come in now. Here he goes.
See if he can make a good entry here. He does. Really good entry, as David Lorfano is going to get out of his pit box shortly. Here he goes. This will be the one to watch, folks. From the blimp, we'll see if Lorfano, how quickly he can get out of his box. He had a 14.87 pit stop, which seems to be about the average. See how quickly Harrah's crew can get that 15 Chevrolet out on the track. This is it. This is the money stop. You got to have a second difference to really be competitive. Oh, very long pit stop. Must have slid into his box there as he
He
took
did.
an
He overshot.
18.02.
He overshot the marks. He was a little bit too far forward, and that's gonna hurt him because here comes Lorfano,
Let's take a look at that, folks.
and there goes Lorfano.
Look as he comes to pit road. Of course, we got the terrible camera. I don't know if he slid or they just took a long time getting under that machine.
He went too far forward in his box. He didn't have to back up. He was still in the air quote box area, but the way that iRacing does the pit stops, if you're not perfect in your box, it takes the pit crew a little bit longer, like in real life, to service that car. And you're talking a 3-second difference, or, well, 2 seconds anyways.
Definitely. So give the advantage to Lorfano after the pit road. 14.87 seconds for the 8 car, and David Harrah with an 18.02 is now 3.5 seconds back on the racetrack. So now Lorfano's got it in cruise control. He just has to ride this thing out. Now it is in his hands whether or not he needs to come down, short pit, whatever. It's going to be hard to beat him. But look at this. McQuade now having a shot at Harrah here on lap 59 of 150 of the All-American Racing League Truckers Feeding America race. Did I say that correctly? Truckers Feed America. Sorry.
Truckers Feed America Cup Series.
There we go.
But yeah, McQuade is in the drafting range right now, and you can see he's using that to reel in Dave Harrah. But Lorfano, almost 4 full seconds up the road from these guys. I mean, this race is far from over. We're still not to the halfway point, but Lorfano putting everybody on notice that if they want the championship, they're going to have to go through him tonight.
Definitely, and the odds of going through them are going to be hard, especially now that they're going to be battling with each other for second and third. Hopefully they battle a little bit hard here, is what Lorfano is thinking. Really going to give them the option to get out in front and have a chance. No one around them. Everyone else on the race is pretty much, I mean, as you guys can see, 2 seconds, 10 seconds separates. The closest battle really is Jeremy Flanagan and Charlie Dickey. These guys a little bit close, but not really anything to speak of. And they've got the second and third cars of David Harrah and Patrick McQuade behind them.
I mean, if you take a look at, the intervals, you're 3.5 seconds from Lorfano back to this battle for second between Harrah and McQuade. Then you're 6 3/4 seconds back to fourth place. That's Travis Rodriguez. Now he's 7 seconds back. So, I mean, this is becoming interesting.
Yeah, especially given that Patrick, we saw that his issues earlier that he had that he's recovering from, and they're catching Lorfano. They're shaving time off on him. Are. So we'll see if they are deciding, hand out the window, let's work together. If their spotters are talking, whatever.
That's probably the case.
Yeah, you gotta. We've seen how good these vehicles do in the draft here at Nashville, so that's definitely going to work. But let's talk about Cameron Harris for a second. If you're just checking in, Cameron had a unsafe pit entry, really cost him a lot here. I do want to go over a couple of his sponsors. He does have the Project Dynamic Camry, that 2070s from San Antonio, Texas. Actually made it in a little bit late. I was looking at the points. Cameron was not a lock to be in the championship. Drove the wheels off that thing and was able to make it finally at the cut line pretty much the entire time. So we definitely real recognize real, and good job on Cameron Harris for making it to the championship race. Unfortunate what happened, but it's not over. So that's a couple more options now. Currently 3 laps down. trying to affect.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like we said, it's going to take a boatload of cautions to get him back on the lead lap. But as you and I have seen in the 3 championship races we've already done together this season, hey, anything's possible.
Yeah, and
But go ahead.
We've seen championships. Here at ESPN and SRM, we talk. We call races every single day of the week, folks. You can catch us kind of in the lull right now. Christmas, everybody's celebrating the holidays. But we've seen championship races with similar car counts, similar style racing, similar track, where in the last 10 laps we have 4 cautions. Never had a caution throughout the race. So, especially right now, let's take a look at Joshua Hetrick having some problems, him going off track.
Yeah, just a slight oops.
Ball coming up real quick. Oh, that could have easily been a caution. But luckily, far enough down in the infield, not having to worry about it. So that thing got back going again. Impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. Is right now Harrah and McQuade working around the lap car of the 11 of Jeremy Flanagan. Looks like Flanagan, under that last pit stop, did get some repairs made, with judging from the time that he spent in his pit box. So, apparently, pulled the fender back out and got that car sorted a little bit better. Not quite as twitchy as it was on the old tires just before that green flag pit stop, as we are about a handful of laps here from the halfway mark.
As we see Patrick McQuade now, that behind him is the lap car of Flanagan. Mentioned, so he's trying to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. That's going to be hard to do. But we'll see what happens here, guys. Of course, we are brought to you by Topsail Trucking, all those good guys over there at the All-American Racing Link. Orlamex Plywood Exports, located in the Czech Republic. If you are over across the pond and you need some plywood supply for your company, give them a holler at ORLIMEX.com. You have it in the chat.
.eu.
.eu, probably. There you go. Yep. So give them a holler if you do need some wood supplied to your place of business. We're going to go ahead and hear from our good friends over at Redcat Racing. These guys support us at ESPN. You're not going to miss a thing, but be sure to check out this crawler they got coming up. All right, folks, we do appreciate you guys sticking around from that ad break. You didn't miss a thing. Not very much movement. Nothing really happened there at all, actually, as far as position changes. Adam Angerstein coming down pit road currently right now sitting in 10th after his really good start in 3rd. But, folks, that was the Redcat Racing Machine Crawlers. You cannot find a better entry-level
Hobby grade RC.
Hobby grade RC in the market. So you can follow our link there. We really appreciate it. Take a look around, see what you got. They got all sorts of things. They got speed racers. They've now got a road course racer, a short course racer, and of course the crawlers, the low and slow. Crawlers can get you there. Lowrider, man, they've got everything. So go ahead and check them out. And again, guys,
that lowrider they've got out is pretty cool too, because when we say lowrider, we're not just talking about it just sits low. It has something to simulate hydraulics. There's
fully functioning hydraulic system.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's not hydraulics. It's actually servo actuated, but you can bounce it like you would see at a car show.
Yeah,
it's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
It's pretty neat. Pretty much the only one in the market that comes ready to run out of the box.
Correct.
Is the lowrider they got there. I wish I remember the name of it. We'll get there. We'll get it, guys. But also, I do see we have a bunch of folks in the chat. Be sure and let us know where you're checking in from, who you're watching, who you think is going to win this thing, as David Lorfano, the third, now currently sitting in the lead. But David Harrah has been kind of closing in on Lorfano. Something happened with Patrick McQuade, possibly got hung up on some lap traffic as he is right now. But I believe that's Charlie Dickey, who we saw him battling with before the break. So something may have happened there. But David Harrah is catching Lorfano. And
just to answer your question, that lowrider is referred to as the Redcat 64.
That's correct. Spelled out.
Based on a 64 Impala.
Yes, sir. It's SIXTYFOUR. So 64 spelled out. Check that one out. It's pretty dope. We need to get that commercial.
We need to get that car.
True. Yeah, so folks, not much happening here right now other than some fantastic driving by Lorfano and David Harrah. Just to check in on our drivers that are in the championship war. Just a reminder, guys, you are watching a championship race, the final race of the season for the All-American Racing League Truckers Feed America Next Gen Cup Series. Let's talk about Patrick McQuade for a little bit. Now he's currently sitting third. He is the driver of the number 77 Muffler Man Camaro from Nelsonville, Iowa. So Patrick, I've been watching through his points throughout the year. Actually been doing a pretty good job staying consistent. That's what kept him in it. We talked to him before the race. He said he was actually worried about being on the cut line, but consistency kills. He was able to make it to the championship for on that alone. So congratulations to him.
I do hate to interrupt, but he's not from Iowa.
What did I say?
You said Iowa.
What is it?
Ohio.
I'm not dyslexic. You're right. OH, Iowa. Wow. And then we got Cameron Harris.
Dyslexics of the world untie.
Definitely. Put that with my procrastinators meeting. We're having it tomorrow, probably.
Anyways. Just everybody's kind of settling in, figuring out what they've got to do to make it the rest of the way through this event to, put their vehicle where they need to be. And this is what we've seen time and time again in Championship 4 events. You're going to see that you're probably going to have to win the event to win the championship. And right now, David Lorfano in the 8 is just putting on a clinic right now. Almost 2 full seconds to the good over Dave Harrah. Harrah's 3.5 seconds to the good over Pat McQuade. And in case you're just joining us, Cam Harris, who was our pole sitter, currently sitting down in 10th place, 3 laps down, not having a good time of it. He got caught for an unsafe pit entry, and on the initial set of green flag stops. Now, he did just come down pit road just a few laps ago for a much better pit stop. I'm thinking he only took 2, though, as he was only 1173 in his box. So I'm thinking he took 2 on that last pit stop. Not sure how well it's going to work out for him, though.
Yeah, not sure. We'll see. I know, like you said, we're coming up on our pit window here. About lap 100 is where we're going to see it. Soviet Bear, man, go ahead and do it, man. Go ahead, get out there, knock it out. We do have a poll up. Are we satisfying your wishes here at ESBN? I know these top 3 drivers are having a show of it, giving you guys a pretty good show. Look at Cameron Harris, actually. Cameron Harris actually making some moves. He's back up to 10th, 2 positions from where he was after his incident. Probably still 2 laps down, I imagine. But we'll keep an eye on him, as right now, just throughout the field, guys, pretty much everybody lined out, ready. David Harrah is catching Lorfano. 1.6, 1.7 right now off, as the last time we checked in was 1.8.
Bear with me here. I'm sorting some things out.
So we'll see as that goes forward. What happened? Oh boy, we're having a good time tonight, folks. Of course, this is the All-American Racing League. Check them out. They do have a Discord. They are on Facebook, I believe. If you're interested in getting in on some racing, they do have a truck feeder series as well. I had to talk to. That is going to be David Lorfano and David Harrah, these 2 guys. Running a fantastic league. Doing a good job of making sure these drivers put on some competitive racing for you. As we have had, I'll go ahead and jinx it, 91 laps of green flag action. As now David Harrah has, who is that behind him? In front of him, Travis Juggles Rodriguez. Is going to go to the high side for that leader.
How about the pace the leaders are setting right now? We've only got 4 cars left on the lead lap. That's Lorfano, Harrah, McQuade, and Martin.
Yeah, and
that's it.
Yeah, Kyle Martin's still holding the fastest lap of the race, so we know he has the ability to do it, but had a hard time down pit road as well. Taking about a second lap longer, and it's kind of fallen off pace here in the 99 machine.
Yeah, unfortunately not going the way he was hoping for. He's gotten a little bit squirrely a couple times coming off the 4. And that's kind of to be expected, because that's the hot spot of the track right now, because that's where the sun has just been beating on it all day.
Yeah, especially in Nashville right now. I know I'm in the Midwest, and it was 77 on Christmas Day. I know Nashville, it's not very different. Let's take a look at the weather, actually. Let's go ahead and throw that up so you guys can see what we're talking about. Down there at the bottom. It is 69 degrees. That is a nice temperature there. Track temp of 110. So these tires are definitely feeling it. We're definitely seeing a lot of fall off from when they last came in lap 50. So good call there. It is a hot track, especially this material you see down there. That's going to hold a lot of that heat in there.
Yes, it is. And that's it's the upside and the downside at the same time to a concrete track. It provides tons of grip, beats the hell out of the tires, but when the sun gets it warm, it's going to stay warm. So that is, something to be mindful of. And like I mentioned during the parade lap, this track is kind of like if you made Dover into a tri-oval. That's basically what it reminds me of.
Gross.
Not wrong.
Man. Yeah, no, not wrong. Not wrong at all. Nashville Super Speedway, guys, if you haven't checked it out, it's a really good track. You're going to be bringing NASCAR back to that track against the wishes of the local town hall lady. Went viral earlier in the year to follow NASCAR. If you don't follow
And-
NASCAR, what are you doing here first? But go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, if you haven't seen that, after this broadcast is over with, just go ahead and Google Nashville Super Speedway meeting, and get the popcorn, grab your favorite adult beverage, and sit there and be ready to laugh your ass off at the stupidity.
Yeah, especially go ahead. Just it's a good one, folks. Our chat is spicy today, man. What are y'all?
I
what are
noticed
y'all
that.
on?
Thank you all.
Jeez Louise.
Thank you all for engaging with us here.
You know what? Whatever. We're a PG-13 audience. Soviet Bear checking in from your mom. Ivy Lush Room. Nothing but dead will satisfy my wishes. Don't know what that means. Soviet Bear out here propositioning everybody.
Oh no, you ask, does this racing satisfy your wishes? Nothing but dead will. Anyways.
Deadpool the movie, good movie, I like it too. Dr. Pugas says LOL.
Nice.
Christian Boss 13 is there. Like it in here. I'm here to watch a race, not the weather. Well, hey man, that's part of the race, JJ. Part of the race. You want to watch a race and you don't want to talk about the weather? I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, now wait a second. Hold on. We're in Tennessee, and there's a JJ in the chat. Are you the infamous JJ from Tennessee? And those of you who are fans of the Discovery Channel on Monday nights know exactly what I'm referring to.
Who's a fan? Let's go. So, at the risk of turning this into a podcast, let's go ahead and run back to this race we got going on. Of course, David Lorfano there. Still in first place. David Harrah's kind of fallen back a little bit. About 2.2 seconds back. Patrick McQuade, another championship driver. Just a reminder, guys, you are watching the championship race of the All-American Racing League fall season. Sitting in his spot that he started in third. And Kyle Martin in the number 99, last vehicle for now on the lead lap, as we have currently had 102 laps of green flag racing. Our next championship driver, of course, is the 27, Cameron Harris, who had a very unfortunate pit road entry mishap on lap 40 about. That's what kept him back there in 10th. Now currently 3 laps down. That's going to be hard to make up unless we have something going on here that's going to get him some caution laps.
Well, he's running out of time to have enough cautions to get him back on the lead lap.
Yeah, I think it's a lot because all these other vehicles are also a lap down. As we're going to start seeing them come down pit road, Larry Garnes has already came down. Travis Juggles Rodriguez currently taking his out of the pit road. Lorfano with 2.5 second gap. He really just has to not make any mistakes here. That's going to be the goal for him.
As he works his way around the number 11 of Jeremy Flanagan. Flanagan gives him plenty of room on the inside. Giving a lot of respect to the leader right now. And it's time for good news, bad news. Good news, you can make it from here. Bad news, I don't think that we're done with this race quite yet. And I'm not going to jinx it by saying that nasty flag color that we all don't want to see right now. But something tells me that it's going to rear its ugly head before we're over.
Yeah, you can, like you said, I think we're gonna have some late race fireworks if these guys can get close enough to even touch each other. That's gonna be what it boils down to. Nobody's really close to anyone else. Larry Garnes right now is Patrick McQuade is going to go ahead and roll the dice, try and go for a short pit. Might as well. He was down bad, so doing a short pit. Those of you who don't know what that is, he's going to try and come in, get some fresh tires, a lap or two before everybody else, and then use those fresh tires to get a little bit of advantage and get out in front of Lorfano and Harrah on the long run. But it might be a little too late, as Lorfano and Harrah now lapping him, putting him 1 lap down.
He's going to have to hope from heavy mistakes from both those guys to be able to pull this one off.
Which it has happened. Harrah had
yeah.
an absolutely horrible pit stop last time, which is what led us to this point in the race. Had an 18-second pit stop earlier. So take a look. Take a look back. At
Harrah's in.
So we'll take a look at this right now. Make sure he makes a good stop. Trying to make up a little bit on his mistake earlier. Of course, it was a congested pit road.
Yeah, not so much this time.
All right, folks, that's how it should look. Let's go ahead and take a look at the issue that happened earlier for David Harrah. This is lap 57 on pit road. Pit stop.
And that was a much better stop this time of 14.9. So just 4 in fuel for Harrah.
Too far forward, possibly making the crew work a little bit more than he had to there. That's what happened with him earlier. But also, I do want to go up and show you guys why Cameron Harris is currently sitting in 8th place. Take a look at this pit entry on lap 40. Trying to get a little bit of an edge, come in without telling anybody, and that's what happened. Missed pit road entry. Very unfortunate for Harris. As Lorfano now, as we're back live, Lorfano coming down pit road. Kyle Martin, the only one that has stayed out so far. He's going to come down pit road. We'll see if Harrah can make it happen. He's got about half a lap to go to be able to pass up here. See if he's going to be able to make it happen. Lorfano is out on the track right now, but he has to take that access road. Harrah, I don't think he's going to have it, Tony.
Not so much.
But they're closer than they have been. There we go. David Harrah on the bottom, taking Lorfano by surprise as he comes out of pit road. 3 laps was the difference on pit lane. Pit strategy seemed to play into Harrah's plan. Now David Harrah and Dave Lorfano back where they were at the beginning of the race, 1 and 2 within each other's mirrors.
And for what it's worth, Pat McQuade really closed up the gap because he was 3 seconds behind Harrah at one point. Now he's only about 2 seconds back. So, the pit strategy working well for McQuade as well. Not quite as well as he would have hoped, but we've got a race again.
Yes, we do. Now within the second, Lorfano falling a little bit back, but he's going to have the advantage of the fresher tires once everything levels out. And we got a lot of fans in the chat looking at Jeremy Flanagan. Look at that 11 machine. That Chevrolet, number 11 of Flanagan.
Unfortunately, he is completely cheese gratered the right side of that car.
Definitely, and he better watch out because he's got some fast cars approaching from the rear. I believe those are... find out here. Larry Garnes, who just came down pit road. little bit earlier. Jeremy Flanagan, got to watch out for that.
Well, here's something else you're going to need to watch out for. Kyle Martin's got to be watching his rearview mirror because that's Harrah and Lorfano right behind him, ready to put him a lap down.
Oof.
So what does that say for the strength of our championship contenders when they've lapped already up to 4th place?
Yeah, definitely. As again, guys, David Harrah, David Lorfano, Patrick McQuade, and Cameron Harris, who is now up to 7th position, are our championship drivers contending for a championship. If something crazy happens and somebody else wins, it is going to be the highest finisher of those 4 that is crowned the champion, as Cameron Harris coming down pit road for the third time of the race. Did a short pit strategy, going as fast as he can for as short as he can.
Yeah, this is going to be his money stop. I dare say he's going to have to take 4 here because it only took 2 last time.
Definitely. So as we do that, folks, as you guys watch, we're going to go ahead and run another Turn It Up segment so we can keep an eye on this rowdy chat. Make sure y'all are staying in line. So, guys, be sure and turn. All right, folks, we are back here on board with David Harrah, who is currently trying to hold off David Lorfano for the championship race. Again, we appreciate the heck out of you guys for sticking around and being in the chat, being all crazy. Hey, I love this. Stick around for us. I'm having a good old time, aren't you, Tony?
I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. You know, I mean, this is my first time with the All-American Racing Series, Trucker Street America Cup Series. You know, these guys are putting on a really good show, and so are the fans. And I got to thank you guys who are in the chat. Thank you guys for being so engaging. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications, because we broadcast, once the new year starts, we are going to be broadcasting 7 nights a week, sometimes doing triple headers. 3 races at the same time. So, you know, you're not going to want to miss a single moment of action. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm to help share these races to the masses. As we've got a battle for the race lead heating up, David Harrah David Lorfano all over his back bumper right now. As you know, we've got about a 3-lap difference in tires, and it looks like Lorfano has the long run speed.
Definitely, we saw him be passed, almost like he was standing still by Harrah in the beginning, but right now, these guys are going shot for shot. I said it back then. Lorfano was probably stepping back just to let the tires equal out, get a little bit longer run, and that is what he's done here as the battle heats up. Patrick McQuade 5 seconds back, trying to get his hat in this fight, unable to do so right now, as Cameron Harris, the other Final Four championship driver, currently sitting in 10th after some bad luck there. But we'll see what Harrah has for him, as these guys have been trading shots all day.
Lorfano had a big moment coming off a 2 just then. Almost got into the outside wall. Luckily was able to save it. Just a little bit of a paint scrape on that right rear quarter panel.
Yeah, definitely. As JJ, you'll receive it right here at Esports Broadcasting Network. Just hit those bell notifications, and we'll make it happen. As Lorfano, Harrah, and McQuade, like I said, the top 3 in the running. Everybody else, we'll go ahead and run through it. We got Kyle Martin in the 99 Chevrolet, currently running 4th. He's up 3 positions, so good on him. Charlie Dickey in the 5 machine. Or the 37 machine, I'm sorry, currently running 5th. He's up 1 position. Larry Garnes in the 20 Chevrolet, just a top 8 machines are Chevrolet right now. Up 3 positions. Joshua Hedrick.
Top 8 machines are Chevrolets.
Yeah. Joshua Hedrick in the Orr Landscaping 7. Again, you can catch the Orr Landscaping. I'm not sure I'm saying that correctly. I believe it's the Orr ORR.
That's how I would say it.
You can check them out for the truck series. You said that's Wednesday, correct?
I believe it is Thursday. Let me double check that for you. Give me a second. Super late models on Thursdays.
So the feeder truck series, just get with them at the All-American Racing League. They can help you out, get you signed up. Of course, that is Orr Lawn Care, family-owned company out of Manning, Iowa, by Mr. Hedrick's father-in-law. See that? So currently running 8th. Jeremy Flanagan, the crowd favorite.
Not having the night he was open for, that's for sure.
Definitely. As guys, click those links at your own risk. We at EA Sports Broadcasting Network do not condone adult entertainment.
I got it.
For racing. We were on Cameron Harris. There he was, Jeremy Flanagan, I'm sorry, the fan favorite of the night. 4 positions. Started dead last. Currently sitting in 8th place, so he's having a good run. Cameron Harris, of course, heartbreak in the beginning of the race. Now currently running 9th. Last of the champion drivers. So up front, it's kind of cooled off there. David Harrah has fallen back on Lorfano. About a second gap between them right now. Bless you.
Thank you.
Adam Angerstein qualified 2nd, I believe. Now currently running 10th with Tyrone Yo behind him in 11th, and Travis Juggles Rodriguez having some issues there earlier. Yeah, Adam Angerstein actually went off track at lap 118. Let's go ahead and take a look at that.
That was a big moment.
So that's the second time we've seen that, almost shot for shot, catching that outside wall, getting sent.
So we are going to be 15 to go this next time across the stripe. David Lorfano, one of your championship 4, leading this piece. Another championship contender, David Harrah, currently sitting in 2nd. Pat McQuade, a third-year championship contender, sitting in 4th. Those are your only 3, or sorry, in 3rd. Those are your only 3 cars on the lead lap right now. Kyle Martin, first car, 1 or more laps down in 4th. Then we've got Charles Dickey, Larry Gartens, Josh Hetrick, Jeremy Flanagan, and then your 4th playoff contender, Cameron Harris, back in 9th. Tyrone Yo in 10th, rounding that out, as Angerstein bringing it down pit road again in the closing laps here. Probably not much he's going to be able to do moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. So while we're here, we got 14 laps to go. We'll go ahead and show you guys what has kind of happened throughout the race. First things first, of course, on the start, I'm sorry. David Lorfano and Patrick McQuade absolutely came out of the gates swinging here. So we'll take a look at this. So this was lap 3. Looking at our leader, Lorfano, who started in 4th, gets a pretty good restart there. Of course, on lap 57, this was when this rivalry really got heated. David Lorfano and David Harrah. Taking a look at Lorfano.
I would like to point out, too, that Cam Harris was leading a good portion of this race right up until that first round of green flag pit stops when he got popped for a unsafe pit entry.
Our pole sitter.
Our pole sitter,
well, yeah.
yes.
So
yeah.
fastest time of that. Very unfortunate for him, of course. And then finally, guys, we're going to take a look at whenever David Harrah passed Lorfano for first place. This was due to the short pit. As you can see just in the background, Harrah getting into the wall just a tad bit, but able to pass Lorfano there on lap 11. But everything came full circle. Lap 126, 15 laps later, when Lorfano was able to best Harrah, in the tri-oval with a very gutsy pass below. Again, lap 127 for our leaders. Able to throw that thing up there, complete the side job, and it's been history from then on out, folks. David Harrah, 2.6 seconds back. Probably tried to push too hard with 9 laps to go as we're back live. Lorfano just consistently faster than everybody else on the track.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, even on the older tires, Angerstein just came down pit road, and Lorfano is the fastest of the guys that didn't take a 3-stop strategy.
Yeah, especially even for those that did. I think Adam Angerstein's really the only one that has a faster lap right now, but he had an issue earlier in the race that put him out of contention pretty much from the get-go, having a hard time controlling this thing. Of course, this is the next-gen car. I'm assuming it's a 675 horsepower. We will see. It is the low downforce package, so pretty hard to control these cars. It's an interesting move to have your championship at Nashville, but I do like it. I do like making it the low downforce package. If you're going to have these next-gen cars, especially when you're planning the season out when they were a little buggy, it's good to have them on the 1.5s. That's really all we had data for, so definitely understand that, the 1s and the 1.5s.
Right, and the road courses.
Yes, sir. What they're built for.
That was originally what they brought it into iRacing for. But 6 laps to go. Lorfano 2 3/4 seconds to the good right now over Dave Harrah. Harrah 7 seconds to the good over Pat McQuade. So there's your championship top 3 running in your top 3 in the race.
Yeah, and right now, really nothing that they can do to affect each other's races. Nobody's close to each other. I think the closest you see right now is Larry Garnes and Charles Dickey, about a second and a half apart. Or fifth, I'm sorry.
You are correct.
Kyle Martin out on his own. Bono out on his own. Harrah out on his own. Yeah, there's everybody just kind of hanging out. Right now, with 5 laps to go left in your All-American Racing League Championship race, brought to you by Topsail Trucking. We appreciate the heck out of them coming on board. And they have re-up. They are going to sponsor these guys for next season as well. So we definitely appreciate them with the Truckers Feed America tagline. And, of course, Orlamex, Plywood Experts. Appreciate them as well for helping these drivers out. Get this thing figured out.
Absolutely, as we are going to be 3 to go. Lorfano in command of this one. 3 seconds to the good. Almost the half the length of the front chute over Dave Harrah right now. Working, there's one more lap car he's going to be working on here before too much longer here. Brings it in to 3 and 4 with 3 miles to go. Popsicle sticks in the air. Lorfano just has to keep it off the wall for 2 more laps, and the championship is his. That is the 20 of Larry Garnes, just staying well out of the way. Doesn't want to be, air quote, that guy. As here we go. 3 and 4 to take the white flag, this time across the stripe. Dave Lorfano, this is going to put the championship in the books. 1.33 miles to go. All he's got to do is keep the car clean, and the race is his.
Yes, folks, every position already, nothing really in contention here, folks. So we're going to keep an eye on our leader, Lorfano, taking a victory lap. That is, of course, David Lorfano, the third, taking the victory lap a little bit early here. But the white flag is out. He's going to be coming out of 4, checkered flag in the air, and it is going to wave on David Lorfano, your 2021 Fall All-American Racing League champion.
Dave Harrah hanging on for second. Pat McQuade coming across the stripe now for third. Kyle Martin in fourth. Charles Dickey rounding out your top 5. But, James, we said it early on in the race that Lorfano was putting the rest of the field on notice that if they wanted the championship, they had to go through him to get it. As Harrah gives a little chrome horn congratulations to his good buddy, David Lorfano. Your 2021 All-American Racing Series Trucker Speed America Next Gen Cup Series champion.
Doing the donuts there, having a little snack on the front stretch, right in front of the fans, right in front of Barry, the flag waver there in that number 8 machine, doing a fantastic job, showing us how it's done after recovering from a very, very unfortunate pit road incident, able to speed his way in the Nashville Super Speedway to a championship. As we're going to get our drivers in here shortly, you're watching the number 8 machine. About to do back-to-back burnouts with the 15 of Harrah there. Love to see that. Probably could have been executed a little better, but it looks good anyways, guys. Good job on those drivers finishing 1, 2, 3.
Absolutely. And we are going to reach out now to the driver of the number 8, the chief cook and bottle washer for the All-American Racing League Truckers Feed America Next Gen Cup Series, your 2021 champion, David Lorfano. And David, you put this field on notice early that if they wanted the championship, they had to go through you to get it.
Yeah, man, I like this track. It's always been good no matter what car I'm in. I don't know exactly what happened with Cam there. I know he had short pitted, and I don't know if he had a problem on pit road or if that was
Un-
just
unsafe
what it
entry.
was. Okay, so that's what it was. But I that last one, I knew David Harrah was pretty quick. I was just trying to bide my time and kind of make him push a little harder than he wanted to by just staying up behind him in that draft, and it worked out. So it's great to have David finish second in the points here. So that's Hillbilly Motorsports 1-2 and back-to-back championships for myself. So yeah, it's awesome, man.
Well, absolutely, but I mean, it's been an amazing season for the All American Racing League Truckers Speed America Cup Series. What's your takeaway from this past season?
Yeah, it's been really great. I mean, I think this is our best season yet. We started out with closer to 20 drivers, but I think as the playoffs came in, a lot of guys dropped out or didn't want to run. But next season's looking great. It should be a full roster for next season. So, but yeah, it's been great. It's been many years trying to build this thing up and finding a good group of drivers, and I think we found a good core group here. Everyone's clean, respectful, and we like to have fun. So it's been good.
Well, David, the floor is yours. Who do you need to thank for not only the championship but your win tonight?
I mean, first and foremost, Lucky Dog Detailing for all the support they give me, being the main sponsor. Couldn't do without them. And Topsail Trucking being our premier sponsor for the Truckers Feed America series. Couldn't do it without them either. And Hillbilly Motorsports, David Harrah runs Hillbilly Motorsports, and he took me on as a teammate last season. And we've worked really, really well together. And I think it shows up in, by finishing 1-2, and we were up front most of the night. We really have a good group of guys here. We put the time in and week out, and put the laps in. I think David said he put something crazy down the last couple of weeks of like 15 to 1700 laps around this place. So, and I put my fair share, not quite that much, but we do work really well together, and it's great to be a part of HMS.
All right, David. Congratulations on the championship. Congratulations on the amazing season that you've put on, both as a league owner and as a driver. And we're looking forward to seeing what you can do in 2022, sir.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
So that was our champion, Mr. David Lorfano. And James, I believe you have the other David with you now.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, David, congratulations on the second place finish, James in the booth here. Tell us about that battle and the short pit strategy and what you needed to catch Lorfano there at the end.
Man, first and foremost, I'd like to congratulate my teammate, David Lorfano, for once again pulling off the championship. I finished second to him last season as well, so bridesmaid again. But we'll get him. But yeah, no, man, I don't know. It seemed like on the long run, on the first two cycles there, I was able to chase him down, make up some time, and then I put a lap earlier than he did this last run, which put me out in front of him. But I burnt my stuff up just trying to stay ahead of him there. And Dave's really good about being patient and taking his time, biding his time, and then pulling it out when it matters most.
Definitely, but it's good to see the teammate there. I saw the double burnouts. That's what we need to practice next time with the extra laps, I think.
Yeah, no doubt.
You're Lorfano, doing a really good job there again. So tell us who you got on the car, who you want to shout out tonight.
Sure, yeah, I'd like to thank Mike and Melissa at Blue Gray Plastic Fabrication. Check them out at www.bluegrayplasticfab.com. They do some cool stuff over there. Also, want to give a shout out to Topsail Trucking, Truckers Feed America Cup Series here. All the sponsors that work with us, from our race sponsors, Cutting Edge Forge, tonight, or Lamex. It's we really appreciate everyone coming on board and helping us get this series going. We do have the ORR or Lawn Care truck series that we're recruiting from into this series, so we make sure we get good quality drivers for our broadcast. And tonight, I think it showed. I mean, that was from green to checkers, man. That was pretty awesome.
Definitely. Well, David, again, man, congratulations on the second place finish. Go celebrate with the teammate.
Yeah, 10-4. Thank you, guys.
All right, so that was our second place finisher. And the man who finished third in the race and third in the championship, joining us now, driver to the number 77, Patrick McQuade. And Pat, not the night you were hoping for, all things considered, but you can't be too disappointed with how you finished this season. Hello, Pat.
Hello. You got me?
Hello. Yeah, we got you
Hey,
now.
gotcha. Sorry, my push to talk. I forgot. Yeah, the consistency for the Muffler Man 77 just didn't work out tonight. But congrats to Lorfano for sure. He deserved it for sure.
Well, I mean, talk us through your race because, I mean, for the most part, you kept that car pretty clean, which was not easy to do, as we saw a lot of guys eat the wall quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, I was surprised myself. The grip just fell off. It seemed like immediately, and it was just fighting it loose off corner exit all night. And it got pretty tough. So I lost a lot of time doing that.
Well, Pat, all things considered, third place in the championship, you got to think that you've got a pretty good amount of momentum going into the 2022 season.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the 2022 season for sure. This was my first full season with the All American Racing League. So yeah, I'm really excited for them and to bring all my sponsors, Muffler Man, Alpha Lion, CBDMD, and Project Dynamic with me next season will be really exciting too. Which I'll be joining a new team with Project Dynamic and Cameron Harris and John Higgins also. So that'd be really exciting.
So that's going to be a force to be reckoned with you and Harris on the same team next year.
Yeah, I hope so.
So, Pat, is there anybody else you need to thank before we let you go?
No, just everyone on my car. Like I said, Muffler Man, CBDMD, Alpha Lion, and Project Dynamic. A lot. Yeah, they're great. Thank you.
All right, Pat, congratulations on third tonight, third in the championship, and we're looking forward to seeing what you can do in 2022.
Yeah, thank you.
So, James, we've got another season in the books. These guys put on some pretty good racing, even with the short field here tonight at Nashville.
Definitely that they did. What we're gonna do, because the chat has been so great, so supportive this race, and they're calling for Jeremy Flanagan. We're gonna go ahead and run through our results real quick, so everybody can that can go about their day, and we will show you guys. Go through our results, talk to Flanagan, and then get you guys out of here. So officially, we have David Lorfano III finishing out as the champion of the AARL Truckers Feed America Cup Series, as well as the winner of the race. Then we got David Harrah finishing second, Patrick McQuade in third, rounding out your championship 3 up there. Then we got Kyle Martin in fourth, Charlie Dickey there sitting in fifth, Larry Garnett's going to be sixth, Joshua Hetrick seventh, Jeremy Flanagan in eighth, Cameron Harris in ninth, Tyrone Yo Jr. in 10th, and 11th we got Adam Angerstein ARA. And 12th, we got Travis Juggles Rodriguez. So, guys, we appreciate if you stuck around with us so far. We appreciate the heck out of you. And we're going to go ahead and speak to Jeremy Flanagan. Jeremy, why you got so many fans in the chat, man?
I got a fan base. What can I say?
Dang, man, bringing in the rowdy crowd. I like to see it. So, tell us, do you want to tell us about your race there in 8th place or open season?
Truth be told, most of it was just, I think I just kept burning out my stuff really quickly, and especially before that, the second pit stop, I was just not quite able to keep the car going as I wanted it to. Hit the wall a couple of times, and yeah.
Yeah, we saw that you kind of cheese grated the right side of the car a couple times during the race.
Yeah, that's just an unfortunate fact of things sometimes.
Well, new car, new track, hot track. I mean, the corner exits looked like they were giving everybody fits as they were trying to lay the power down.
Yeah, some people seem to have problems being loose. I tended to find that I was going too tight coming out of 4.
Absolutely. At any point, did you think about maybe going take 2 on a pit stop to try to loosen the car up?
I was just focused on having as few pit stops as possible, honestly, because the last thing I needed to do was have her many more places down, you know?
Fair enough.
Well, Jeremy, again, congratulations on making it here, and I'll go ahead and say thanks for showing up, man. I know it's hard in these final races of the season, especially in championship playoff style racing, to show up, and you did. And for that, we thank you, man. And hopefully you have a good season next season, and go sign somebody's face in the crowd. I think that's what somebody asked for. So.
Yeah, Ivy Lushroom. I was just about to mention that. Quote, please sign my face, Jeremy.
Yeah, Mushroom's a hell of a trip. And like I said, I got a hell of a fan base.
Yeah, well, Jeremy, we appreciate you coming in here. We're going to go ahead and sign off, brother.
Hey, thank you for letting me have this.
We have lost all control.
Well, folks, that's going to just about do it for us here in the All-American Racing League. Again, we appreciate you sticking around so far. Tony, go ahead and take her away. Send us off.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as I believe this is going to be our last broadcast for this year, be sure to join us on Sunday, January 2nd, as the INSF Cup Series has their Busch Clash from Daytona. So you're not going to want to miss that one. But that is going to do it for us here tonight. Have a happy and safe New Year's Eve. Don't drink and drive, folks, and we will see you in 2022. For Mr. James Riles, for the entire staff here at ESBN and SRN, this is Tony Trapassa reminding you, ladies and gentlemen, that as you walk down a road of life, please don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody.